Tawa. Tawa. T-O-W-A. Tawa. Because our T's, or our TH sound, our O is our aw sound. So T-O-W-A would be Tawa. Hook, hug. If you're American, you could probably just say hook, like Captain Hook. But all of them would say, actually I think there's like a UG, hug, tawa, hug, hug, tawa, hug. And what does that mean? That means, tawa means turkey, like turkey. And hug means something you partake in as it relates to food, because you're the act of putting it in your mouth and chewing down on a turkey. So in this modern traditional month, Tawa Huk Mashat is turkey eating month, and that's because of Thanksgiving. So if you hear people say Uda Tawa Huk Mashat or Tawa Huk Mashat, that means turkey eating month, which really means November, because November, that is what we do, is we eat turkey. So and again, I think I've mentioned this before, that there are traditional way of saying November, but for this video we're gonna stick to the Tawa Huk Mashat, meaning the modern traditional way of saying it. But that's what it's referred to. So I know I talked about October, Gapes Mashat, and now Tawa Huk Mashat. And a lot of people just say it that way because it's just easier to understand. Not a lot of people use the traditional way of saying it, November. But and I'll get to that later. But this is just Tawa Huk Mashat. Yeah. So practice. Wanted to shout out to God, I forgot her name, that I saw, or that saw me, and wanted to come over and say hi. Oh God, I forgot her name. I'm gonna butcher it. But I always say that if you want, like for me, and I've done this before, if you want me to not correct you, because I don't think, I mean, because there's so many variations of a word, or there's so many dialects, that I don't correct anybody for how they say it. That is how they say it. So if it's, and I always say, and I've said this for tons and tons of times, if people understand you, then that's good, as long as you guys understand each other. There will be some kukadar, and I shouldn't blame just them, but there's some people that will say, you're not saying it right, or that's not how we say it. And I don't like those types of comments, only because that's discouraging to people that are trying to learn all of them. So long as they say it and you understand each other, and that's just the way they say it, then that's fine. And if later on down the line they hear it and they say, oh, I'm saying it different than how you're saying it. It's the same way as Spanish. People from Peru or people from Brazil or Venezuela speak a totally different Spanish than people that are here more on the other side of Mexico, like in Magdalena or Puerto Peñasco. They speak that type of language. They speak a different type. And so there's a difference, and it's just the way that they speak. There's also difference between the people that speak here in Spanish to people that speak in Dallas, Texas, or in the Texas border. So that is also a difference. So in this whole roundabout way that we're trying to learn O'odham, don't be afraid to use it. And if you feel that you want to learn more, and you see me somewhere, just ask me. Or if you know of somebody that you see that knows O'odham, ask them, and they'll tell you. There are so many words, and I don't know every single word and its meaning, but I know a lot of words, and enough to carry a conversation or enough to translate. So sometimes translating, it takes more than just one word. You can't just translate hospital in one word, or November for that matter, because we're talking about November. So it's always Tawahuk Mashat, because we're partaking in the November or in the Thanksgiving feast. Even though it's one day, they would just refer it to as Tawahuk Mashat. And so when November 1 comes, we would all be saying Utra'ahak Tawahuk Mashat, meaning it's time to eat turkey. We'll talk about December in the next video. Thank you.